A conservative organization in the state of Missouri called the Liberty Alliance has put out what they're calling a woke heat map, where they have put little targets, if you will, on a map of schools and school districts in the state of Missouri that they claim are woke hotspots. Oh, these are the places where critical race theory is running rampant. These are the people. Well, let me just read a statement from this group. How about that? The first step in fighting back is uncovering their crazy ideas, from critical race theory to grooming toddlers with sexually explicit books. That is why we have officially launched the Woke Heat Map, an interactive tool designed to expose the insane actions of the radical left. This map will alert Missourians of craziness happening in their own communities. So crazy, crazy, insane. You used all of those. And you're pushing conspiracy theories that are going to get people killed. You know, the teaching of critical race theory, which by the way is not happening in any school at all in the state of Missouri, is something that angers the right, even though, of course, again, not happening, but they're still pissed because they think it's happening because they're idiots. Calling people groomers, saying that they're grooming toddlers, that'll get people killed. Putting these little dots, again, which I liken to targets, on these school districts, well, we all know how that turns out, right? You may as well be using crosshairs at this point. That is what this organization, the Liberty Alliance, is doing here. Unfortunately, we do not know very much about the funding of the Liberty Alliance, according to reports, because they are, in fact, set up as a 501c4 organization with the IRS, so they don't have to disclose their donors. We don't get to know who is funding this hate-filled organization that is out there spreading lies and putting teachers' lives in danger. But we do know if there is an incident at one of these schools that they claim, through tweets and links and all kinds of crazy crap that isn't accurate, if something happens at one of these schools, this organization would in fact have blood on their hands. It's kind of going back to the early Q days where they claimed that the Comet Ping Pong restaurant was somehow selling children for sexual services. And they had a secret coded menu where you could order your child sex slave. And of course, deranged individual walks in there, starts shooting it up. Luckily, nobody died. But this is what happens when you feed idiots propaganda, when you feed them fake news and you give them a target. And that is exactly what this organization is doing here. So when something bad happens, just remember the name, the Liberty Alliance. Because at this point, honestly, I do believe it is a when, not an if, based on everything we have seen from this country, really in just the last couple weeks. The Liberty Alliance. Don't forget that name, because I promise you, it's going to come up in the news again.
This is Hattie. Hattie wants to know why you have not subscribed to our channel. You obviously like our videos, so do us a favor and subscribe.